All right, I have been asked to review and give my thoughts on the new Superman trailer that was released a couple weeks ago. I just got around to my inbox and I got a couple comments. Hey, when are you going to look at the Superman trailer? Talk about the Superman. All right, we'll talk about the James Gunn Superman trailer. Here we go. All right.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I like how they
You'd let me
establish
interview you as
Lois Lane and Clark Kent already have a
Sure.
relationship. So we don't have to retell
Ready?
the whole story.
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
I can already tell there's a subtle
Recently,
difference
you've
between
come
his
under a
tone
lot of
as
fire
Clark
for
Kent and
what some
Superman.
might.
A lot of
It's
fire.
a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions.
So there's more
That's funny.
government
My actions?
problems, whereas Man of Steel was dealing with
Maybe.
being a god
not
on
maybe.
Earth.
I
This
did.
is
In effect,
what do you do with your
illegally
powers
entered
and
a
how the
country.
government
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman.
handles it. Oh, they cracked his
Did
head
you
in the
consult
ground.
with the
Okay.
president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States will
representing
cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems
Ooh,
around the
cool
world.
special effect.
doing
I
good.
like that with the building falling down that way. We
I
haven't
would
seen that in a
question
Superman
myself
movie
in the
before.
same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Okay. I wonder if that gold suit, that might be Lex Luthor in that suit. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
All right. Music's awesome. Can't go wrong with John Williams. So, Crypto.
Your
Lex
choices,
Luthor in the Fortress of Solitude. We've seen that before.
your actions.
Chaos happening
what
outside.
makes you who you are.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to assume that's Jonathan Kent. Mr. Terrific. Cool.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it.
Who's that in there? Is that
He's somehow become the
Looks
focal
like-
point of the entire world's conversation.
Element guys? Okay, Hawk Girl.
I will not.
And we know that
accept that.
he's playing Guy Gardner,
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Nathan Fillion. Oh, fighting a big monster. Cool. Yeah, Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner. Okay. It looks colorful.
You have a dog?
Crypto. July 11th. All right, so a couple of things. Not a bad trailer, number one. Number two, just from first looking at it, I'm glad that Jonathan Kent's in there, and I'm really hoping that this time around they don't kill him off. They always seem to kill off Jonathan Kent for whatever reason, and I mean, he's crucial in Clark Kent's life, and he's always like that last voice of reason for Clark when he's just feeling overwhelmed by everything. Sure, he's got his mom, but then there's Jonathan Kent there too. In the two-parent support system, Clark Kent needs that to maintain Superman. I saw Superman get hit a lot in this movie. It's kind of one of the dangers of telling a Superman story is that you don't want to make him too powerful and too indestructible where you're just sitting back and you are too relaxed for the character. You want to kind of weaken him a little bit or give him an opponent to actually stand a chance against him. This is where Superman the Animated Series really nailed it. They kind of limited Superman's powers just enough so he's taking on all these villains and that you still want to tune in next week for the next episode. But then again, you don't want to go too far over to the weak side like they did in Justice League, where everyone's going after Superman and Superman's like the weakest guy in season 1 of the Justice League animated series. He's always down on the first hit, and it's just kind of like I know why they did it. They were trying to establish that the enemy can't be taken out by Superman. It needs a team to do that. And it looks like this movie's kind of, it might go down that path a little bit, with all these different super villains in there. There's the one guy I saw in the prison cell. I think he's like all the elements or whatever. He can create any element. I forget the superhero's name, but he is a superhero. And so yeah, taking on a huge monster looks awesome. I think we're doing some interdimensional stuff that might be happening here. So hopefully, maybe we'll see Mr. Mxyzptlk, if you can pronounce that. Like, yeah, you got to have Lex Luthor in there. I'm really hoping he's not the main villain, because Lex Luthor, I think, in the Superman movies have just been so overused. And lastly, Krypto the Superdog, I hope it's not just a one-off joke. I hope Krypto is essential to the story and not just he's there because somewhere in the Superman lore there is a dog named Krypto, and we're gonna incorporate him in this movie. That would be typical classic James Gunn. But I mean, overall, I don't want to judge it too harshly. I mean, the trailer will get me to see. I mean, I didn't need the trailer to see the movie. I just say it's Superman movie coming out July 11th. That's all. I didn't need what was going to be in it, because I'm such a DC fan that if you just say, hey, Superman's in this movie, I'm going to go see it. So I think there's a lot in this trailer that was unnecessary. I'm a little concerned that they're going to be throwing too many superheroes at us, unless they're doing an interdimensional thing where Guy Gardner shows up, and then it's kind of like how they're going to link the Snyderverse and whatever happened previously, kind of like what Flash did with Batman. They're going to incorporate the 1986 Batman, and just kind of maybe, instead of continuing, this is what's going to reset everything, and this is how we're going to reset the DC universe, is with the Superman movie. Blue Beetle didn't do it. Superman's going to do it, which will make a lot of sense to me. So the whole battling a huge monster, and then all these different superheroes coming in. Well, we saw Guy Gardner, Hot Girl, Mr. Terrific. So there's 3 at least. And then there's whoever was in the prison cells. I'm not really excited for Superman, this movie, but I am intrigued. I'm going to go in there more with questions like, okay, how are they going to tell the story? As opposed to like, ooh, it's Superman. Oh boy, it's going to be like, okay, Superman, we got Superman with Christopher Reeve. We got Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. Those were 2 good iterations. What is going to be set apart from this one? But I do like that they are kind of incorporating he's Superman. Where is his boundary politically? In the first Superman movie, it was more so he had to follow these rules, and he didn't want to be Superman all the time. The rules of don't turn back time. And then in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, it was him dealing with his immortality, living among mortals and stuff like that. So this one looks like it's going to be, well, where should his boundary be if he's fighting for truth, justice in the American way? Then this might be the story of his wake-up call to be that superhero, to fight for those things. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not excited. I am looking forward to it, but more in an inquisitive, intrigued kind of way.